Do you believe in love? After like,
Do I believe in love?
yeah, after having like all these conversations about dating
That's a good question.
Yeah, I believe in love.
for yourself.
Yeah, sure. I believe in love.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I've been in love.
Is this something
think
you
you're
like would want in life, or like
Mhm.
strive to find with somebody else?
What?
Is it something you would strive to find with someone else, to like fall in love with someone else?
Well, honestly, I don't feel like. Okay, for like having kids, it's not clear to me if love is necessary.
Like kids aside, just with like a
Like,
person, like
loving
having
your
a companion.
partner. I think once you have kids, your selfish desires go out the fucking window. Like, you.
Disagree.
No, I think like once you have kids, you do what's best for the kids. So,
And I think what's
Yeah,
best
but
for the
what's best
kids
for
is the parents
the
being in
parents,
love.
yeah.
So they grow up in a household where the
but
parents
what if you
love
fall
each
out
other.
of love? But you
I mean,
otherwise
it's like-
have, if you otherwise have a healthy relationship with your spouse, but you have fallen out of love, then I think it's selfish.
But love is work. It's like you have to put in the same effort you do the first few dates as you do like 10 years into the relationship.
Wait, what?
So like
It's
the
like
first
working
few
on the
dates, you're going to
spark.
put in so much effort. You're going to be like courting. The woman's like going to be showing up as her best self. And 10 years down, you still have to be putting in that same effort to keep the love alive. Or else, of course,
Well,
you're going to fall out of love.
Sure. I mean, and this is a very hypothetical scenario. I think it would be hard for me to fall out of love with the mother of my children. That'd be very hard to do. I think it's more often the case that women fall out of love with their husbands.
I think that's just from like neglecting what you have and not working on the relationship like you said. And when women kind of are in the real world, they always are getting like, oh, you should be a part of our girl mob and leave your it's kind of like this, especially when you're friends with single women and then you're in a relationship. I think that they clash a lot. And so it's always kind of fighting that. And then, yeah.
I mean, I think when it comes to long-term relationships, love is great, but I think you can continue having a relationship if you've fallen out of love. You're a Catholic, right? You said you don't believe in divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think divorce is warranted if you fall out of love with somebody? I don't think under Catholicism, falling out of love with somebody is a valid reason for divorce.
Yeah, I mean, don't get married if you have any chance of falling out of love with them. Or
Yeah, but don't people fall out of love with people?
But that's just making. I mean, marriage
You
is
said you would
sacred.
never get divorced.
Right.
So let's say the relationship is otherwise healthy, you treat each other well, but you have fallen out of love with your partner. Maybe you get bored. Have you ever been bored in a relationship by the guy? He was otherwise great guy, he was very nice, but you got bored.
I can't really say I have.
Okay, what about you?
Yes.
You've been bored?
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, nice guy, treated you well, never was toxic or abusive in any way, but you just got bored. Why did you get bored?
I think I don't know, maybe the spark was not there anymore, or it just kind of felt like we were in a rut and things. I mean, that could be on my part too. I didn't maybe put in as much effort as I could have, but yeah, I mean, I think it's very possible to fall out of love and get bored in a
people
relationship.
fall out of love, people change.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you ever been bored in a relationship?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I think if you really love someone, you don't really get bored. But love, like being in a relationship is work. You can't just like get in a relationship, get married, and then just be like, okay, I'm going to chill now. You have to keep continuing putting in the work through every stage.
Of course. But
And then if you don't, I think that's when you fall out of love.
yeah,
Maybe you can fall back into love.
yeah.
So that's always an option.
I think there's always work to be done. And obviously relationships have lows. Like sometimes there's periods of time where you're upset about each other. You have arguments about things. And
And I feel like even if you do fall out of love with your husband or your wife, like you can still care about each other to the extent that you care about your children together. So you care about having a good relationship with each other still, you know?
Yeah. At that point, it's more of like a companionship than a like love.
Yeah, like marriage
Yeah.
isn't like you're friends, like you're committing to each other for life. I see it like that. That's why I'm waiting to get serious about that, because I want it to be someone who I'm with forever, and I'm going to commit myself to them like that. So
Absolutely.
I just think that people are very loosey-goose with marriage, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that way. I think it's
Yeah.
sacred, and they're like, yeah, it's something that came from God, not government or anything like that.